Boom, we're back. So it's funny because I was just about to do a lecture on one of the most difficult beats to scratch over in scratch history. It was by two of my favorite top 10 turntablists that I study, Jose Rodriguez out of Spain and Dejaculate. And the thing is that I just got some breaking news from Qbert's Instagram that's really cool for TTM studies. This is TTM Academy, the apex of hip hop science. And for those that don't know, TTM is a system of scratch notation that I invented that is basically based off of calculus and trigonometry and whatnot. So, I said earlier, a couple of lectures ago, that we're going to be reviewing all the TTM tutorials that are out there, especially, like DJ Chile's new ones. Definitely check those out. But we're also going to be going in the past and going over all the TTM tutorials from the past. Y'all might not know, we have something called TTM tutorials and lectures and all that type of stuff that's on Facebook, where we go over everything from the past and history. And it's all chronological and stuff like that. So it's kind of meticulous to update it, since I'm doing it chronologically of every time somebody drops a new TTM tutorial. But you can go on Facebook and find all that stuff. But we'll talk about that in another lecture. But so I just got some breaking news from Qbert. This is breaking news. Very important for scratch notation. Qbert says he's about to do a whole year of dropping a new scratch every day. And let's read this. I'm gonna pause this. So it says, they got me. Let's see. Add me on TikTok. DJ Qbert just started the first post every day for 365 days. Today has Scratchy Seal with the question and answer military scratch card. So Qbert's about to do a whole year of like different scratch combos every single day, right? So that's really dope. So you can see, we got a stab here, and we got like a slice here, right? Or just a forward cut, depending on how fast you're pressing the scratch. Yeah, so this is really dope for TTM. So every day Qbert's going to be dropping a new combo and releasing it as a card. And what we're going to be doing is, like I was saying before, we're going to be tracking all of the new TTM lectures and all that type of stuff. So we're going to add all these, to all of our chronological, pages for TTM stuff. But we're also going to be, I'm going to give you all a weekly update of everything that Qbert's doing. So, every 7 days, I'm going to compile, and give you all an update. Basically once a week, probably, maybe twice a week sometimes. We're going to go over, his different cuts and all that type of stuff that's on TikTok. But today is just a kind of preliminary version of it, and we're gonna, go into what he's released so far. But yeah, this is really cool for scratch notation, and I think that the videos that we've been dropping have kind of helped spawn that too as well, because if y'all noticed the last two videos, or like Qbert and Craze cuts can now be replicated by AI. In this lecture, I was kind of talking about the fact that when I see Qbert scratch, when I've been seeing him scratch in the past 10 years. He's always killing it. Obviously, he's a master of scratching, but I still hadn't seen him dropping a lot of stuff like he was doing 15, 20 years ago. When you saw him doing the faderless scratches stuff, and he was just going off for 10 minutes just faderless and stuff like that, and just dropping a lot of different new techniques. Because when you see a lot of his dope scratch routines from the past 10 years, to me it was kind of more laid back, where he's just he's just killing it, and he's just like flipping like 8 to 10 different cuts, and just keeping it 8 to 10 different cuts, what I'm saying, on some like electro or whatever, what I'm saying. And in recent times we haven't really seen him drop a lot of new stuff, or even drop just drop a diverse array of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen him drop, delete scratches, or, update a lot of the, or chin machine scratch. You know what I'm saying? We've been seeing him, kind of rock off the scratches that he was rocking off of, 17 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And also this too right here, with this Craze saying he's this is about Craze allegations. I'm not saying Qbert's one-dimensional, but Craze was saying Qbert was one-dimensional, you know, not being just a scratcher, not being able to produce and things like that. But you can see with that, you know, with Craze challenging him and dissing him in you know, Craze's diss song, you know, we see Qbert firing back. And, you know, so this is really dope for turntablism because, you know, it's just taking the art to higher levels. But it is also important to note that, you know, Qbert kind of shuns me in my work, even though he acknowledges that I invented TTM. You know, I did ask, you know, Yoga Frog to if I could, you know, come to the Octagon and scratch, and you know they don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of shunned from the Pickles camp. Not D Styles. You know, shout out to D Styles. You know, D Styles. We both watched Knockers win last year, killing it at the you know, New York USA DMC. And I was like, you know, I was talking to D Styles, and you know, he has no beef with me or anything like that. You know, because you know, ever since I've been covering turntablist news, you know, a lot of people in turntablism have beef with me. A lot of people, because there is no turntablist news outside of Mexico. So, you know, shout out to Cuts out of Mexico, Cuts 10 team. But yeah, so you know, ever since I started doing the turntablist news stuff, people have really been coming for me, and you know, they don't like hearing about the beef between him and Craze. You know, there's a lot of, you know, Qbert fans that are hurt. There's a lot of you know, Craze fans that are hurt. But yeah, so you know, so we're gonna be covering everything that's going on, and also I'm gonna be you know, doing a counter challenge. And I'm gonna be dropping you know, a year of unique cuts. All right, we're gonna do every day. We're gonna drop a unique cut. So maybe I'm gonna do that probably on Instagram. And by that, I'm not gonna actually be scratching the unique cut. We're gonna be showing what it looks like on you know, because I'm very busy right now. I don't have time to, you know, actually do a new scratch tutorial every single day. But I'm gonna drop a new unique cut for a year to battle Qbert. So I'm gonna challenge Qbert to a unique cut battle while he's doing a unique combo battle. Okay, so we're gonna go into this. All right, so because you know, I have all type, you know, you know, the Matrix has over 900 different cuts, and the Fatalist Matrix has, you know, over 1,300 different cuts. If you go to my you know, compendium of amalgamated matrix of amalgamated matrix of scratches, you know, it's infinite cuts that I'm always you know, creating new cuts. Kind of like, you know, we're astronomers and finding new stars and naming new stars. That's kind of what, you know, a lot of the goal of my research has been. So yeah, so let's get into this. But first, I want to play this. I want to play this right here, just to kind of show the kind of, you know, shunning from Qbert. And once again, I was saying shout out to D Styles, because I don't have any, you know, beef with Pickles or anything like that. Nor do I have beef with Qbert. But you know, I am shunned by Q and Yoga. You know, they're not, you know, trying to invite me over there. But you know, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I did pitch to D Styles about doing a double LP. I mean, a record. You know, like not an LP. I'm sorry, not an album, but just a battle record. I'm sorry, a battle record, not an LP. A battle record. Because I'm about to drop a series of battle records where it's me on one side and another turntablist on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I had pitched to D Styles at that Knockers show when Knockers won at DMC. I was like, yo, what about, you know, are you open to doing a record with, you know, you on side A and me on side B, you know, type of a thing? And he was down for it. So, you know, shout out to D Style, shout out to ISP, and once again, prayers for Shortcut. You know what I'm saying? And also shout out to the whole extended ISP family, you know, Apollo and DJ Disc and all that type of stuff. You know, that's why, you know, from a turntablist journalist perspective, you know, I do my best to cover both sides, you know, and not just be one-sided. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, we got to hear DJ Disc's story. We got to hear, you know, everybody's stories, because, you know, a lot of times with it, as far as cronyism, you know, you just kind of hear the story of the people that are winning. You know what I'm saying? And right now, you know, Disc is coming back and he's winning. I believe he's about to start teaching in a turntablist class, collegiate class in Mexico. He's, you know, living it up in Mexico, you know. he's doing really, really well out there. So, you know, shout out to him. So, you know, shout out to all the ISP members and all that type of stuff. But I really want y'all to see this right here.
Yes, sir. As somebody who was well accomplished and well respected by the time TTM came along, have you embraced it? Do you, I mean...
What's TTM? Raedawn. Sorry.
Raedawn, like, written turntable music?
Oh, yeah, sure. I write
turntable transcription
method. Notation? Yeah, I write that shit. Oh, I wish it was fun.
So we see right here from the creator of turntablist transcription melody, DJ Raedawn. So, you know, shout out to Qbert for, you know, acknowledging that, you know, I invented this, because if you look up in this upper right-hand corner right here, you can actually see we're going to do a whole lecture on Alex Sonnenfeld trying to, you know, steal my system and make a, you know, actually, you know, steal something I was actually working on with Nicholas Karras, this Scratch program. And then, you know, Alex and Dr. Bob Kruger came in and jacked it, and they pushed, you know, Nicholas out the project, or Nicholas just left, you know. But that's a whole nother lecture, a whole nother story. Yeah, so, you know, we'll get into that in the future. But yeah, so today we're talking about this, and yeah, I'm really, really excited about this. I can't wait to see what he drops every day. And yeah, so, you know, like I was saying, I'm gonna challenge back, and I'm gonna challenge Qbert with the you know, 365 days of unique scratches. You know what I'm saying? So let's read what he's saying right here first. But wait, let me finish this first, because I'm already on this. I just want to run it back.
Yes, sir.
As somebody who was well accomplished and well respected by the time TTM came along, have you embraced it? Do you, I mean...
What's TTM? Raedawn. Sorry.
Raedawn, like,
So when he said, what's TTM, you know, maybe, you know, he was just, didn't hear what he was talking about, as far as, like, maybe he was thinking about Rain TTM mixers, or, you know, something else. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, so, you know, as far as the unconscious, you know, goes, you know how they say with Freudian slips or things like that, you know, those type of things could be telling. The fact that he was caught off guard, and then the guy actually, you know, mentions my name and stuff like that. Shout out to this guy. I believe this was at Mile High DJ Supply. And shout out to Mile High DJ Supply. You can get Matrix posters from those guys. I believe Cut and Paste is actually totally out of posters right now, and they haven't restocked them. But yeah, you can get Mile High posters at Mile High DJ Supply. You can also get them at, these are physical copies I'm talking about, not the digital copies. You can only get the digital copies from me. But I believe, you know, Open Format too. Open Format LA has the physical copies as well. So if you are trying to get posters, you know, shout out to those people. Okay. And also shout out to everybody that's been buying the PMOS 100, you know, the PMS 100 app, this right here. You know, shout out to Mr. Tuttles today. I think he just copped one. So yeah, out of the UK, shout out to you. But yeah, this is 100 scratches right here, and y'all know we did 100 days of scratches. And also, you know, definitely I want y'all to go check out the Qbert's seminal DVD series, the Encyclopedia Britannica. And obviously that was a big influence on me of doing the Matrix, you know, after, you know, Qbert dropped that. You know, it's funny because I wanted to drop the Matrix, a type of Matrix, in TTM 1.0 on February 17, 2000. But John Carlucci was like, nah, that's too much, man. You know, we got to just keep it simple and da-da-da. You know, we don't want to go over people's heads and da-da-da, you know. But, yeah, so let's go back to this and let it play again. And this video is about why the world's best DJs use TTM, you know, the top 5 DJ champions that use scratch notation. And also, you know, you can add knockers to that too now, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to be doing a lecture on, we just did a lecture on his TTM stuff, but on Instagram, we're going to, you know, post some of his stuff. But so my counter challenge to Qbert's challenge, you know, just to keep TTM stuff, you know, keep the fire going, you know, because he's starting a TTM fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fight fire with fire, and, you know, keep the fire going for the culture. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be a scientific battle, and it's also important to know too that, you know, a couple of years ago, not a couple of years ago, I don't know, maybe it's like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, I believe it was a guy named Hermit something, Hermit or whatever. He was like, he said DJ Chile is the king of TTM tutorials. And it is true that YouTube pushes his videos more than mine, but I believe I might have more actual TTM tutorial videos. And I'll start dropping more of those in the future, but we're going to be doing a lot of lyrical transcription methodology stuff first. So like They Not Like Us, I'm about to transcribe They Not Like Us into lyrical transcription methodology, because obviously it's going to be, when I finish that and I drop that tutorial, it's going to be really huge as far as, you know, views and just getting all this hip hop scientific stuff out there. Because with the turntablist stuff, you know, a lot of people don't care. When I do videos, you know, people, you know, Premiere will try to block it. Not necessarily Premiere, but his team or his camp or record label or whatever. You know, they'll restrict it in certain countries, and you know, I'll be working for days hard on a tutorial, and it, you know, just gets blocked. So I'm gonna, you know, kind of pierce through the veil and use you know, Kendrick's you know, super famous track to kind of as a flagship to cut through or whatever. But yeah, so let me finish playing this.
Written turntable music?
Oh, yeah, sure. I write
turntable transcription.
Oh, notation? Yeah, I write that shit all. I wish there was a thing here. I'll write down all the scratches right now.
So right, here's him and Jazzy Jeff, notation in the back.
I like to play with it.
And we covered Qbert in our 100 Days of TTM series that we did last year. And we're still gonna do more 100 Days of TTM, but we're gonna but that'll just be more sporadic, where maybe we drop one of those, like, you know, once a week or something like that. But I'm definitely gonna go forward with this challenge to DJ Qbert of dropping a whole year of unique scratches, not just combos, but like a year of unique scratches. Like, okay, this is scratch number 1, this is scratch number 2, scratches that, you know, haven't been done before, going over you know, the scratches in the Matrix, but also scratches from, you know, a lot of new scratches that aren't even in the Matrix that have been written down in the amalgamated series of scratches. Because what's also going to be happening too is, you know, as you can see with the PMOS 100, you know, when we did the PMOS 100 AI thing last, like a couple weeks ago, you know, I showed you all the AI function on the new app, and the new app has the AI function where you can take these 100 different scratches and mix them in any way you want, and it'll you know, rearrange them and scratch them randomly, or you know, you can give them suggested scratches. And so this is the first preset of an AI DJ. We'll have different types of presets of different DJs that scratch different ways, because eventually we'll be able to have it where it's like, hey, you know, this is going to be Funkmaster Flex style, and it's like, okay, what's Funkmaster Flex's style? Well, it's based on, you know, this trick mixing, back spinning, and you know, adding a, you know, stab and some militaries and some Joe Coolies and some, you know, things here and there, whereas, you know, somebody else's scratch style might be based on this, you know, because you know, AI can definitely, you know, replicate you know, people's scratch styles. But yeah, so that's a whole nother story. We'll get into AI stuff. So let's finish playing this.
Visual learning, or, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, or for friends trying to teach me scratch, he'll show it to me, I'll write it down, I'll take it home, and I'll study that shit and flip it and whatever.
One quick twiddle crab pecker combos. It's just all mad sort of alien language.
So that was, you know, DJ Woody. He's just amazing turntablist. He's one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Especially as far as, you know, just, you know, finding cool, you know, crazy new techniques and stuff like that. You know, and we've talked about him in the past, and we'll talk about him in the future. And shout out to, you know, Nelson X. You know, he's performing that DMC stuff. From scratch.
Ok, c'est le vieux Hendrick pour la TTM Academy. Super moment à New York, merci les gars. Peace.
So I'm playing this because, you know, you don't see me at, you know, a lot of people aren't inviting me to lectures and all these hip hop forums and hip hop pedagogy and all this stuff. You know, everybody's just talking and talking and talking. And I'm the only one here doing real number crunching and real, you know what I'm saying, real mathematics and real hip hop science, as far as, you know, the posters and just the mathematics and teaching everybody for free. But you know, that's why I started TTM Academy, to be able to create, you know, my own platform, since, gatekeepers and all that type of things like that within hip hop education are, basically kind of, shunning it, and also as, on the cronyism tip, as we've spoken on in the past, hip hop, a lot of hip hop people think that hip hop shouldn't be scientific and this is too much, doing too much or whatever, that, hip hop is a street thing and, it's supposed to only be, about some gangster stuff or whatever, or just about bars, and, you shouldn't be bringing science into it. But without science, it's always been scientific. Hip hop has always been a science, and everybody's always been I believe every artist, hip hop artist, whether DJ or rapper or breaker, or what I'm saying, or graffiti artists, they're all scientists in different ways that are looking at the scientists of the past and trying to create new things and trying to push the art forward. All right. So, and also too, we're going to be releasing the periodic Matrix of Scratches book. I've been planning to do this for years, but I'm just so busy. I'm doing so many things. And yeah, so this year the book, we're going to drop the book, and that's going to be a book, and each it's basically just the book version of the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically, it's going to be like the Matrix has, 900 different scratches in it or so. So, it'd be like a 900-page book or, a 1,000-page book type of a thing like that you'll be able to, buy on Amazon and all that type of stuff. What's interesting and funny, we're going to do a lecture on Emma Short T in the future, but in relation to her scrubbing all of her TTM stuff off of her website. That's coming like next week. We'll do a lecture on that. Because what's funny is that, years ago, Emma was like, hey, I'm about to drop a TTM book. And I told her that, if you're not, that you can, it depends what the title is of the book. Obviously everybody can do what they want. Shout out to DJ Chile's book. We're going to do a review on that. His, polyrhythm, cross rhythms, book. We're going to do a review of that book. And that's cool that it's a cross rhythms book. But, if he had named that book, TTM book or something like that, then I would have, had to, legally, come for him on some, copyright type of stuff. Same with, Emma Short T. So she said she was about to drop a TTM book. And I said, feel free to, drop a book, but, it's just about what the title is, you know what I'm saying? Because if she were to drop a TTM book as a English blonde hair woman, she'd be on, she might be on news, she might be on, she might be on the Jimmy Kimmel show and you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, since my work is suppressed, this is why I have to, use protections and things like that, because, it's kind of unfair to just, kind of capitalize off of other people's works, and you can actually see YouTube promoting, Scratch right here, kind of, this is literally Alex Sonnenfeld trying to capitalize off my work. I was originally part of this project with Nicholas Karras, and then, Alex joined and Bob joined, and then Alex actually went onto the Sample Music Festival site and scrubbed all my lectures off of his Sample Music Festival site. My lecture on, the history of turntablism as it relates to the history the history of TTM as it relates to the history of music notations around the world that are suppressed. I did a lecture on that. And then he actually went and suppressed it years later, which is kind of ironic because the whole lecture was about, Western European, classical music, kind of elitist, hiding all the other music notations around the world from the populace, from the rest of the people, because most people have never heard about Tamil music notation out of India and the Egyptian music notation that used colors for notes. And the size of the note for actual physical volume, like it was a very mathematic system. There's just so many different types of systems out there, and we're going to be dropping that book as well. That's an old book that we wrote from lectures. It's just going to be a compilation of lectures from the past. All right, so let's get into this. Right here, I'm going to close that out. All right, I'm going to close this out. I'm going to get right to it. All right, so let's play this. So that's dope. So it's cool. He's got some like cryptic language here. You know, that's very, very cool. You know what I'm saying? Very, very cool. So yeah, so we're going to be covering all these things. So that's day one. So yeah, let me read it again for people who are just coming in. So yeah, today, Scratchy Seal with the question and answer, military scratch, and also on YouTube Shorts. So let's go to the next one. So let's see where some more is. Let's see right here. It looks like. So yeah, we got a couple days of different joints. I don't know if he's going to show notation for every single day, but yeah, with my counter challenge, I'm going to drop a notation for every day, and I'm going to start that challenge. I think I'm going to start it maybe just like tomorrow. Actually, no, I'm going to start it on Saturday. I'm going to give him like maybe, you know, a week's head up, and then boom, I'm going to drop, you know, start with Saturday, and Saturday I'm going to drop a new scratch every day where you see an actual new a new cut. It's going to be a new visual cut. So every day will be a new one. But yeah, so let's, you know, and it's, you know, I just think it's great to have see turntablism getting back into the science and getting back into making new techniques, because as I've been saying before in the past, you know, I feel like with the DMC stuff, you know, it's become kind of a classical music competition, which is dope, you know, just like you see violinists or something like that doing classical music, and it's a cool competition. You know what I'm saying? But as far as innovation, I would say that, you know, you don't see a lot of new techniques, you know, because everybody's still doing what Rock Raider and Craze and you know you know, Steve D and all the people that came before them. You know, I feel like kind of by Kentaro in early 2001, you know, I saw Kentaro do a lot of new techniques, some cool juggling stuff. But I feel like after that, I didn't see a lot of new actual techniques happening. And I was just talking with the, you know, I just got to cut with the people at Tabletist Lounge LA and the people at Tabletist Lounge San Diego. And I was talking to the jugglers there, and I was saying, like, you know, I think it's interesting that everybody's only using the standard setup, because a lot of us scratch DJs, you know, we're strong with our scratch hand, but we're, you know, but we're not strong with our other hand, except, you know, like people like E-Prom. Shout out to E-Prom. He's a master of both sides or whatever. But, you know, most of us can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if we, as scratch DJs, start battling the jugglers, and, you know, with scratch drumming, you know, because usually jugglers can't scratch drum as well as us scratch DJs. You know what I'm saying? We can murder jugglers with our scratch drumming skills. So I thought to myself, well, if we start to use the old school setup like DJ David from Germany, where it's 2 turntables on our strong side, you know, and you just have the mixer with your mixer hand and 2 turntables with one hand. I think if people start going back to that style, I think that, you know, the juggling world is going to get refreshed, because there's going to be a lot of new styles that people can drop like that, and the scratch people that are scratch dominant will be able to destroy the juggler people that are just doing both hand styles. And, you know, because the only benefit of being able to have the turntables on both sides is really just being able to rewind with one hand while you're, you know, cueing something up with the other hand, or scratching with the other hand. But, you know, if you're super fast like DJ David and stuff like that, you know, that doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then if you're just killing it, you know, you're going to be able to, you know, really show your skills. So I think that a really good, you know, let's say a really good scratch DJ, you know, like Flip Flop or DJ Ben or something like that. If DJ Ben were to have both tables on one side and just start, you know, juggling like that, and scratch drumming and scratching, he would destroy any DMC juggler. And I think eventually the scratch DJs are going to be able to destroy all the jugglers, and the future of DMC will be, you know, scratch DJs that, you know, are coming back to juggling. So I'm gonna start coming back to juggling too. But I think I'm just gonna, you know, instead of being like, oh, I got to practice with my bad hand and try to get good with that, I'm like, nah, if I can do a chin machine on my right hand, then I can just do a, you know, a chin machine with 2 different tables, and just be killing it. You know what I'm saying? So I never seen people put chin machine scratches and deletes in the middle of juggle sets and stuff. So let's play this. So so I'm going to be challenging Qbert with 365 days of unique scratches, but it's really more like a supplement to also what he's doing. I'm not trying to it's a healthy battle. Just like if you're in a circle and you're battling, it's no beef or nothing like that. I don't got beef. I don't have any type of beef with Qbert or anybody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going to be challenging. So let's read this. Oh yes, adding a new magical scratch card every day to the book of scratches for 1 year. Just been 5 days. It's starting to pile up nicely on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. Subscriber share YouTube, Thun Rebel, add me, DJ Qbert1 on TikTok. See if you can decipher the secret messages. So yeah, this is cool that he's made his own scratch language. And stuff, and it's also important to note that with the PMOS app, if you go to typewriter mode, see, this is the type of stuff that the Scratch community is kind of suppressing. You can actually so you can actually type out everything. Oh, this one has a glitch. Wait, let me open up another version that doesn't have a glitch. Oops. Oh, this is that's good that y'all get to see this. We're going to be having the GIFs and animated TTM stuff and all of it. This is like a beta test one where I'm just testing different GIFs, and this is a diagnostic one. Let me open up another one that's not diagnostic. I got a million of these. But yeah, we're gonna have the animated, like how you are used to seeing the TTM notations with the blue line moving and stuff like that. We're gonna have the animated GIF ones of that, and that was me doing some diagnostic, dev stuff, and putting GIFs in there and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's gonna be really crazy because and that's like I was saying before. We're gonna have the breakdance version where each of these is a breakdance move. We're gonna be doing the breakdance version of this app. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be so many different versions of this app. We already got the classical music version of this app with the TTM classical music notation, kind of firing shots back at Sonnenfeld. You know what I'm saying? Because I made an actual classical music matrix for the first TTM book, and John was like, nah, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to have the whole translation of both, like a little mini matrix and the classical translation or whatever. But yeah, so let's let's get out of this. All right, so you see, all right, so let's go to this typewriter mode right here. So we're in the PMOS 100 typewriter mode. Let me make this a little bit smaller so you can see the whole thing. Let's see, maybe if I can let me make this. All right, I'll just leave it so. So this is the typewriter mode. In typewriter mode, you can do this. You can actually just type out the scratches. You see what I'm saying? I can hit the space bar and stuff like that. In the future, we're gonna have it to where there's a full sequencer. Right now, we just have a regular AI sequencer in this where it can generate new scratches. But we're still working on the step sequencer. So we're gonna be adding a step sequencer to this. So right now we're at version 1.4. But the step sequencer will be in future versions. But you can see so as far as the language, it's already installed with the actual language, and that's why it's cool to see what Qbert's doing right here with this kind of looks almost like kind of Ethiopian or something kind of language, or even because we're gonna be doing a lot of lectures on just different languages and encryption systems and things like that, because that's what it is. Anytime you make something that a language that you don't know, that's encrypting something. You know what I'm saying? Whereas when you're doing something like with the matrix like this is decrypting, because this is showing you how to do it. It's actually showing you the math. You don't have to learn a language, because when you learn a language, you're learning you're basically learning an encryption system. And I'm gonna start doing lectures on cybersecurity stuff, as well as how that relates to turntablism and hip hop, because people aren't really talking about that. Schools are talking about protecting the youth and stuff from Facebook and cell phones, but nobody's talking about firewalls and and encryption, and even forms of hip hop encryption. I'm actually going to be submitting, you know, my TTM system as a form of encryption to the national, like, NIST kind of contests and things like that, or international contests, not national. These are international encryption contests, and hopefully, you know, TTM cryptography can be used in the future to, you know, encrypt things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so let's go to the next slide within his thing, because I think it's like a bunch of slides in here. Let's click the next one. But let me rewind this so we can go over what cuts those are. Let's see. So yeah, you see this here. It's a dope combo here, right? You see that? It's a really cool combo he's got right here. So you know, with what I'm going to be doing, my challenge to Qbert, I'm going to be dropping not really just combos, because, you know, with just like I showed you with the PMOS 100 AI, you know, it can just randomly generate combos and things like that. But the thing is that, you know, I'm going to be focusing on unique new cuts, not combos, because his 365 days is going to be maybe scratches and combos. And for those who don't know, a combo is a series of scratches. Like, here's a scratch here, here's a scratch here, and here's a scratch here. Or you could look at it as, you know, half of it is a scratch, or half of it is a scratch, or you could call this a scratch right here. But it's, you know, generally we would call, when you kind of reach the beginning point again or something like that, when it's kind of like this right here, you might just say this is one scratch, this is one scratch, you know, just like with characters in letters or whatever. Because, you know, it could be confusing if you're just saying, oh, I'm going to say that just this is a scratch here, like I'm just going duh, duh, and it's a little transform, but really it's part of a bigger scratch. And bigger scratches obviously are kind of like combos, because they, you know, consist of little scratches within it. And if you just break it down to the smallest pieces, then everything is just really going to be like a stab or a slice or a baby or a, you know what I'm saying, or a pause right here, like in a tear. You see this little tear here where it's going forward, and then he stops the record for a second, and then it's forward. So it's two sounds, but without having to, you know, click the crossfader. So let's go to this next one. So that's dope. He has like the deaf person sign language thing going there. That's dope. That's dope. So I'm not sure if he's going to show the notation for everyone. You know, he's got the different, the cool symbols, the alien language for everything. That's you know, it's pretty cool, pretty trippy. All right. But, you know, here at the TTM Academy, being the apex of hip hop science, you know, we don't really drop, you know, the esoteric kind of, you know, stuff that is not scientific. But we will be, you know, we do a lot of lectures on esoteric symbols and things like that. So this is, you know, I don't know if this is a language that he pulled off, like a font thing, you know, like, you know, defont.com, you can be like alien language and things like that. But, or if it's something, a language that he made up, which would be cool if this was his own language. But my question is, you know, by 365 days, will he be able to really have unique scratches? Because we see like this scratch here is kind of, you know, there's a lot of different variations of that. But, you know, let's keep it going. And you know what, too? I think I'm just like how he's dropping it on TikTok. I think I will maybe drop mine on something separate just so it's not messy, because 365 photos is a lot of photos, you know what I'm saying? And it'd be nice if they were all kind of in order so you can actually just go through them in order. But you know, so I might end up just making like another Instagram page, or maybe making a TikTok or some other type of page where it's, you know, on that. But I'll let you all know where those are gonna appear on Saturday. All right. So the reason why I'm challenging Qbert to a TTM battle is because, like I was saying before, that dude, you know, Helmet, he was, you know, saying that, you know, DJ Chile is the king of TTM tutorials. So that kind of inspired me to just drop even more tutorials, and I kept dropping, and Chile stopped. He stopped dropping tutorials, and he just started up again, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's great to see, you know, 2024 TTM is coming back as far as, you know what I'm saying, people dropping tutorials again. And, you know, as the Thanos of TTM, you know, I'm gonna have to, you know, lay down you know, all 5 rings. And also shout out to we're going to be doing a lecture very, very soon, because on you know, these note cards and stuff like that, because you know, the history of this comes, you know, starts with the Britannica and all that type of stuff. But it is important to note that you know, we're going to be doing a lecture on a really dope junglist DJ who junglist turntablist who is dropping the note cards already, and we're gonna show his stuff, and we're gonna be doing a lecture on all that. He had dropped a whole series of a whole note card system of TTM of note cards. You know what I'm saying? Which is really cool, and it'll be cool if Qbert actually comes out with this too. You know what I'm saying? If he comes out with the actual cards of these, it would be really, really dope. Like, I'd be, you know, super, super hyped to see if you know, if he dropped the actual note cards. Yeah. So let's keep that going. All right. I think that's it. I think that's it. So yeah. This is a really, really great day for TTM. It's a really great day for hip hop. To see that Qbert's about to drop 365 different, you know, scratch tutorials or scratch cards, and yeah, I'm gonna drop a supplement, you know, battle response to that, and drop 365 days of unique scratches. So the tag, you know, might be like, you know, 365 days of unique scratches. But it's also important to note, shout out to you know, Frankie Diesel, because, you know, he kind of coined this book of scratches. Let's click on book of scratches. Oh, no posts? That's weird. You don't see anything in book of scratches. Maybe he just never hashtagged it. But you know, Frankie Diesel had a book of scratches. Let's actually go to there. Let me go to the, I just want to show you all that kind of Frankie Diesel was out of Atlanta, was the first to coin that. And also look out for Skater Girl. It's you know, my first full-length film. You know, it's on Tubi, you know, iTunes, I mean Apple TV, you know, all different types of things. And we just started the Google Ads campaign for it, and that's been going pretty well. And what's interesting is that, you know, this is the first whole movie where the soundtrack is mostly skipless. There's only one song that's not skipless, so you can, you know, play your skipless records to this movie, and it'll sync up, all except one song, but everything else pretty much will sync up. And then so you can juggle this movie too. So the first song in this movie is actually going to be side A of the battle record for all the Kickstarter supporters. So thanks for all the Kickstarter supporters. It took a long time, but, you know, films take a long time. You know, Stanley Kubrick, sometimes it take him 10 years to drop a movie. You know, especially you know, I was dealing with lower budgets, and the smaller your budget is, to get something really high quality, you have to really take a long time to do it when you have a super low budget. This was a very, you know, lower budget film. But it, you know, came out, you know, just as good as a lot of Hollywood films. So, you know, very, very happy with all that. But I do want to show you all this Frankie Diesel thing. I meant to go to the Instagram TTM Academy. TTM Academy Instagram. All right, so we're here at the TTM Academy Instagram. Let me go to this thing where it says Book of Scratches. That's all I wanted to show you was this Book of Scratches thing from Frankie Diesel. Yeah, so shout out to Frankie Diesel out of Atlanta. Just for the record, we know that Frankie Diesel, you know, was the first person I've seen to write a book of scratches. You know, a lot of scratch DJs have their black books of scratches, just like how you know graffiti writers have their you know books of their black books of graffiti and stuff like that. It's part of the culture to write tag in your homies book of graffiti. You know, your homie's black book and your homie tags in your black book. And hopefully it can become a tradition in that same realm of people writing scratches in each other's book of scratches and things like that. So yeah, so shout out to all these cats for keeping the art form going and keeping the science going. Because as y'all can see, last year we did 100 days of scratches, inspired by Emma Shorty's 100 days of scratching, where she was encouraging people to, just drop a scratch tutorial, 100 days. But I felt that it could be counterproductive for newer people, or for a lot of people, even new to mid-level people, because, if you're just focused on quantity and not the quality, or not, trying different type of techniques out, 100 days of scratching could end up, producing a lot of garbage if you're not skilled. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like if you're just learning how to write a book and you release 100 books, that's great, but it's good to learn how to fully write first, or fully fully get in tune with scratching. Because if you're a beginner, I don't think I didn't think at the time that 100 days is great for beginners. But for those that don't know about the 100 days of TTM, you can just look back here. This is 100 days of TTM, and we're going to be continuing that series on Instagram. So I think that I'm gonna do the I might do that. I'll probably just drop it on Instagram, since most of y'all are here, when I do the 365 days of unique scratches. You know what I'm saying? Or 365 days of unique TTM or cuts or something. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but it's going to definitely have unique and 365 in it, or a year or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. And I want to give a big shout out to DJ Nino out of Brazil, because he's a graffiti artist, and we're going to be adding him to our DJ crew that we just started, as I was telling y'all before, the TTM Ninjas. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the people we're going to be announcing very soon. Like, we're announcing Presto One. We're going to be announcing DJ AKA, because he won the TTM World Cup a couple years ago, and we're going to be announcing DJ Nino, because he's going to be one of our the graffiti artists, TTM graffiti artists in the crew. Right, you can see, he's a dope graffiti artist. Where's his TTM graffiti art? He's got TTM graffiti art somewhere. It's not on this, actually. So yeah, we're gonna be, showing his graffiti art. Let me actually go to his page before we sign off. I want y'all to really see this cat, what he's doing. He's really doing some really dope stuff. He's a dope graffiti artist out of Brazil. But he's been doing some dope TTM graffiti art. Let me see if we can find it. Let me just scroll down. I'm sure somewhere down here we can find some of his tags that he did outside. So if you guys are graffiti artists, you know what I'm saying. You see he's got the Matrix poster. You know what I'm saying. Since he's a TTM ninja. I'm sending all the TTM ninjas, all the free gear and all the sponsor stuff. So yeah, so we basically started a TTM scratch team. You know what I'm saying? A scratch. Not. I mean, it's a loose crew. It's just more of a being part of a TTM ninja collective. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be a TTM ninja, just holler at us. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let's see. No, not this wall. But he's got some pieces that are some TTM pieces. Oh, here we go. Yes. So yeah, shout out to DJ Nino. See, look at this. We got actual TTM. You know, it's a worldwide thing. You know, and it's funny that hip hop media is not covering it. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really suppressed within hip hop media, like I was saying earlier. You can see right here. Look, really, really sick. Like this, just this really warms my heart when I see stuff like this. Just see that. Oh, and it says Joe Cooley, and shout out to Joe Cooley, who's just recovering from the hospital. Just like Shortcut. Shout out to Joe Cooley. He's a super legend innovator. But yeah, he did the Joe Cooley scratch. So it's going fit, right? We see a chirp. Fit the fit, right? So that's it's a chirp, right? Then we got like a tear in there, and like a and then another chirp. You know what I'm saying? And then just our recent lecture, we were showing Joe Cooley, doing variations of his scratch, because this isn't just the Joe Cooley scratch. The Joe Cooley scratch has all type. It's just like military cuts, where it has infinite variations of putting them different ways, throwing stabs in there, making these tears happen twice and stuff, or making the chirp happen twice. You can flip those in a million different ways. Yeah, so let's click out of that. He's got the Joe Cooley one right there. Oh, I guess, yeah, this is like a static picture of it. But yeah, we're gonna end it right here. So yeah, shout out to DJ Nino. He's one of the TTM ninjas. And if you want to become a TTM ninja, you can DM us and inbox us. But generally, the TTM ninjas, you've got to be adding something to the culture, whether it's high skill level or the art, like Nino's doing. What I'm saying, he's not a super big scratcher, but he's a he scratches, he mixes, but he's a very powerful artist. So we're going, the TTM ninjas, we're adding the most powerful TTM artists around the world. Whether you're a powerful visual artist, whether you're a powerful 3D artist, whether you're a powerful scratch artist, whether you're a powerful juggle artist that is fluent in TTM, and uses TTM, like I was saying with Presto, So once again, prayers to, recovery, healing prayers to Presto and Shortcut and Cooley and all these cats. Oh, and for those that don't know, I have a alias called Crunk Tesla. Like I was saying before, I'm about to drop a whole album with Micah 9, with me and him rapping, and I'm gonna be scratching on it too. I'll probably add some AI cuts on there too, and list it so y'all know if it's AI cuts. I'll probably name it some weird AI DJ name or whatever. If a track has AI cuts on it, but I'm gonna feature different DJs on it too. Have different people doing different phrase cuts on it. But yeah. So let me just play this as we go out. Oh, whoops. Wait, let me rewind it. So yeah, this was old, from like 2007 or something. That's why resolutions like it's a million years ago. But yeah, you can check out. You can go to Vampire Killer Vivo, see all my old rap stuff and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, peace, y'all. Peace.